everybody, welcome to a new episode, season 2, season premiere of How I Made a Song. So, last week, new song, new single. What are we doing here? It's out. And wait a minute, new album. This has been announced on Monday. My new album, Headway, is available now for pre-order. Vinyl, CD. You want a t-shirt, you want some fun stuff, you want some bundles, go to the link right below. Music will be with you soon. Release date is March 5th. I know you guys have been asking me for a long time, what's the deal with all this new music? Well, now I can tell you. It's on a new album, and the album's called Headway. Very excited about it. There's a lot more to come, just in terms of the making of and the stories behind it. And of course, a lot more songs to unravel and pick apart. So let's get to it. So originally, I had the idea of this song while driving in my car in the summer of 2017. And it didn't quite end up the way I originally sang it. But often when I'm not playing guitar, when I'm not actually playing music, that's when I get my ideas. So thank God for the iPhone and voice memo app, because sure enough, I pulled over and sang some gibberish that sounded like this. I can't go on to me. And I know you're probably thinking, well, gee, that sounds kind of nothing like it. You're right. But it started there, and eventually, a year later, summer 2018, I brought it to my friend Roman, and we finished it off. We came up with an idea. I wanted to talk about the feeling of starting a new relationship or journey or time in your life when you have all these questions. Obviously, the song refers primarily to a relationship, but it can be kind of taken any way. And we wrote it, and we demoed it. It sounded like this. What are we doing here? What is it we're trying to do? And then not too long after, like I usually do, like I told you guys, I demoed the song. So not album quality, but I demoed it, and it sounded like this. What are we doing here? What is it we're trying to... So as you can imagine, by the time we went into the studio to actually record this song, I had a pretty good idea of how I wanted the song to feel, how I wanted the song to sound. I was kind of channeling maybe George Harrison if he was still alive today. Now, it's obviously a very rhythm section heavy song. I wanted to make sure that there was just a driving 60, like everything had to be pounding and moving all the time. And that was the most important thing. So let's just jump right into the rhythm section here. We got J.J. Johnson and Julian Bradford. So drums sound like this. Maybe with my most favorite way to start a song ever, this drum fill. Let's bring in the bass. First of all, bless Julian, you know, he's one of the greatest bass players I know. And he often just ends up learning the crappy demo bass that I play. he still insists on trying to play it as close to how I played it. He's a true song servant. But in the end, he always just makes it his own, and everything is so perfect. My favorite hookup, I think, of this entire record is on this song between Julian and JJ. Oh! One more time. In context, that sounds like this.
Last time I thought about leaving you, babe.
I love that. So as you can tell, Julian's going for a very like tone rolled off, P bass type of thing. Love it. JJ is always very subdued. It's all about the groove and it's all about trucking along. But to keep with the Ariel Posen theme, very little crash cymbal. Check it out.
The side of me has never seen the sunlight.
No crash on the top. The crash doesn't come in until just the end of the chorus.
Into your eyes and know for sure we'll go.
And at that point, it stair steps it to another level just for that energy. It's a lot of fun. But again, the less crash sometimes, at least on recording, the better. It just makes for more space of everything else. And you can still get that energy without having to smash everything. Check out the bridge here. So, just great playing, great overall everything. Let's talk keys. So we got Alex Campbell on the Wurlitzer. We got Bart McKay on the B3. Again, used very sparingly, but when it happens, it really has some mojo. So as you can tell, there's no B3 yet. We saved it. We do the typical thing. I have my patterns and my ways that I like to go. So second verse, take that whirly out, but reintroduce it by the second half. There's that B3. Okay, so my other favorite part, and it comes from the Wurlitzer, it's Alex. So in the song, there's a little variation on the vocal melody, which we'll get to, but I figure since we're talking keys, we'll do it right now. I wanted to do this call and answer where, if only I could look, I could look. But it just didn't feel right to have the vocals answering back. It actually just felt, dare I say, cheesy. Check out what Alex does here.
If only I could look into your eyes.
Love that. Check that out again. Didn't even notice that double snare on the drums there. Check that.
What is it we're trying
I mean, obviously I knew it when we recorded it, but it's a little treat I forgot about. All right, guitar. Like I was saying, I really wanted something to be pulsing the entire time. It needed to be special and it needed to be different. So you're hearing a clean take, and then you're hearing another take doing similar voicings, but the signal path for that was my Strato Mule with the H9 with that filter effect that I use from Carry Me Home, slap delay, and then I experimented with putting a King Tone mini fuzz at the end of my chain, which is like a total, why would you do that? But again, I was experimenting in the studio, and I really just wanted to get something different, and here's what they sound like together. I guess it's a good time to mention too that this song has about 1 million chords in it. I typically write a lot of chords and I like having a lot of chords in songs, but I usually dial it back. This was one of the rare examples where it just fit and it made sense. Chord soup. So yeah. I also should say that for the choruses, just to spruce it up, we added this rotary guitar with the Leslie here. And then it stays out until the end. I just like that sound. It's so different. I've managed to be able to get it with the fuzz not at the end of the chain. The trick to get that sound, in my experience, is not running any other overdrives with it. If you guys know me, you know I like to have an overdrive and then I like to hit it with a fuzz. In this case, the fuzz kind of acts as the platform. It kind of acts as the overdrive. So nothing else was added. And that kind of gives it that special little sound. Let's fast forward a bit to the solo. So I'm really fond of this solo. I wanted to go like very melodic, very 60s, if you will. Here's what it sounds like. Yeah, so same sound, same exact sound. The only difference is that for each tier, so the solo has 3 tiers. I'll show them to you quickly. Here's the first tier. Tier 2. So the only thing that was changed, and huge credit to Cian Riordan who mixed this record, each tier we turned up just a bit of the room mic. So every guitar on this song, on every song on this record was mic'd close with, a few mics on it, as well as a room mic at the opposite end of the room. And that mic always got dialed in to taste. Sometimes it wasn't used, sometimes it was. It provides just a different sound and different body to it. And in this case, it just helped build it and make it grow dynamically, which was super cool without actually turning the volume up of the main mic'd track. This is just the room expanding for each tier. And you know, like you've seen me do in other videos like this, I love building, whether your solo's 2 minutes, 2 bars, there's always a chance to build. And if you think of it like in tiers or leveling up, there's always ways to make that happen and make it somewhat satisfying. At least that's how I hope it sounds. If you're listening to it, that's at least what I was going for. And I kept with that sound the rest of the way just for some fills in between the chorus.
What you doing here? What is it we're trying to do? If only
And then kind of this intensity builder.
I know.
I love that very last chord, check that. Just more so the effect of how it sounded. So instrumentation, guitar, bass, keys, drums, that's it. Vocals. So nothing crazy. On the How Long record, as you guys have seen in the previous video, we went to town on background vocals. It was so much fun. We definitely went to town on this record, but we only put more so what was necessary, if you will. In this case, it was the chorus.
What are we doing here? What is it we're trying to do? If only I could look into your eyes and know for sure we'll go the distance.
This is a very me thing, is to harmonize notes that you're not really singing, you're more so just throwing them away. And by throwing away, I mean, and no, for sure. That would be normally singing it. Throwing away would be, and no, for sure. And that's kind of how I'm doing it.
Into your eyes and know for sure.
Right there.
For sure, we'll go the distance.
There's some very Beatlesy stuff in this verse here.
I can hardly remember last time I thought about leaving you, babe.
That's kind of fun. Context here with rhythm section.
I can hardly remember last.
Little candy bits. And then we got the bridge.
How long are you gonna love me? How long am I gonna be holding on to this love, this love, this love, this love? What?
And then by the last chorus, it's a lot of the same.
What are we doing here? If only I could look into your eyes and know for sure we'll go the distance and know for sure.
So there's a little variation there.
And know for sure we'll go the distance.
And the very last one, there's a variation here.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
So that's the tune. It's available everywhere to listen to music. Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. I encourage you and humbly suggest that you go and pre-order Headway. This was a record that really has been the last 2 years in the making. I'm not going to sit here and do a sob story because every artist and musician has been affected by the current state that we're in. And normally, I would come to your town and play a show and try to pour my heart out on stage and then meet you after the show and sign one for you. But we got to do it in a different way this time. I hope you'll still consider to grab an album, and I hope you love it as much as I enjoyed making it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!